Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode, we will be taking a look at the ThruNite Archer 2A. So stay tuned. Now, it should be no surprise to you by now, especially with the people who follow me on this channel, that ThruNite sends me these flashlights to review. There are a lot of other flashlight companies that have contacted me, and I won't review them because I can go to Fast Tech or some of those other Chinese websites and I see the same thing and it's relabeled and the companies are charging twice as much, and the quality, I mean, they're solid, but there's just nothing special about them. But that's not the case with ThruNite. ThruNite really puts things in their flashlight that I particularly like. So I have no problem receiving these and reviewing them. They are, I feel like they are a outstanding buy. They're flashlights that I would buy myself. And that's why I do these reviews, to pass on this information to you. But I just wanted to let you know, because I see comments. I do read comments. Anyway, the Archer 2A, a couple weeks ago I did review the 1A, and I had stated it would make an awesome EDC flashlight, and it had 178 lumens on one AA battery, and it's awesome and I love it. So I got the opportunity to do the one with the 2AA batteries. It's essentially the same head, or it looks like the same head, just has a longer tube to hold the two batteries. So let's take a look at the bigger brother. So this flashlight runs between $26, $27 on Amazon or the ThruNite website. I'll go ahead and put the links below to make your life easy. But on the package it states that the maximum light output is 272 lumens. That's approximately 100 more lumens than the little brother with the one AA battery. And max runtime is 678 hours. That's probably on the Firefly mode, which I love about this flashlight and the little brother. It has that true Firefly mode of 0.2 lumens, really dim. So if you're doing covert ops, or you don't want to ruin your night vision when it's really dark, having a true Firefly mode, which means very dim, extremely dim, is a great thing to have. Beam distance 251 meters. The thing that's really awesome about ThruNite is they have very deep, smooth reflectors that just throw a light like no other flashlight in its class. And it's impact resistant for 10-meter drop, and it's submersible underwater to 2 meters, which is, I don't know, 5 or 6 feet somewhere. My conversions are not great. Designed in the U.S., made in China. You're not going to get something like this made in the U.S. at this price, but I'll tell you, the quality control is there. I have no complaints with any of the flashlights I've gotten so far from ThruNite, so they're making them really good. Another thing I like about ThruNite is they give you some extra gaskets, because this is waterproof, so it's good to have. They do break eventually. It's rubber. You get a nice pamphlet with the information on usage, maintenance, warning, warranty, and specifications. So you get all that there. And it says that this makes a good EDC flashlight also. For me, personally, I don't know. I've carried mag lights on my belt, like when I was on in the Navy on a ship. And but I think these days I would tend to carry something smaller, again, like its little brother for EDC. So this flashlight does not come with batteries. Let's see what the weight is without the batteries. It also says on the website, but I would just want to see what the batteries, without the batteries and with the batteries. And the website always does everything in metric, so I just wanted to see what it is in ounces here. So we got 2.71 ounces without batteries, and we'll go ahead and put the batteries in and see what it weighs with them. Very smooth. One of the things you'll notice with these. Very nice threads. They usually have a little bit of grease on it. You got the O-ring there. There's another ring right here that you can unscrew, but you have to take this gasket off. Then you unscrew this and you can take the clip off if you don't want the clip there. Little inconvenience. Again, I'm being very truthful here. That's one of the things that I don't like about this, or the 1A. You gotta get that gasket off, and always, you know, you're gonna risk breaking that gasket if you want to remove the clip. But luckily you have some extras. Show you inside the tail cap there. Again, you have a button, and it's recessed, so you can tail stand it without it pressing the button or falling over. It will tail stand, which is another very important thing for me. It's a feature that I want in my flashlight. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put the positive side up on both of these, and put the tail cap back on. Another thing you'll notice when you're holding this is the knurling is just right. It's not going to tear your fingers up, but it's aggressive enough where you get a really good purchase. You're not going to, you know, traction is great. It's not going to slip out of your hand. One bad thing about this flashlight is it's completely round, but if you leave the clip on there, it's not going to roll away. So I would recommend, unless that clip is doing something that you really can't stand, that you leave it on so it doesn't roll away. So there's another con as I go down everything in this flashlight. And I'm not sure if this this means anything up here. I think that just is a disassembly. I don't think this changes focus in any way. No, it doesn't. It's just the top of the battery. So you can load it from the top or bottom. I guess I'll show you what the head looks like in there. And just a comparison here, it looks like it's the same head as the 1A. You're just providing more power. Let's take a look and see. I could be mistaken, but they look pretty identical. Pretty identical. Let's not mix them up, Fred. Okay, so go ahead and put this one back on here so I don't lose it. And well, I have the head in my hand, and no wisecracks from the peanut gallery. Again, I showed you the inside there. Really nice contacts, well done. Threads, well done. On the top, you got this nice steel bezel. It's a different color from the anodized, or the aircraft grade aluminum that has the nice black coating on it. Has the crown on there, which I love. So it makes a great impact device, self-defense device, and also it lets you know that your light is on if you had turned it on and have it sitting on its head. So again, that's the Firefly mode. You can see how dim it is, but I'm going to go ahead and, if I remember right, without reading instructions, yeah, there we go. You got to turn this to a little bit of each thing to get it to different modes. See, if I sit it down, you can see the light coming out there. So you know your light's on. I put flashlights down on the head that don't have a crown like that, and next thing you know, your battery is dead because it was lit, and it sealed the light in there really good because it was a smooth bezel. So let's go ahead and turn this on and see what the weight is with the batteries in it. Alright, put that thing down there. Whoops. And it's about 4.38 ounces. Not too bad. It's about the same weight as a good EDC flashlight. Again, you can see a nice smooth bezel in there. It's a great thrower. Let's, I'll tell you what, let's compare these two. The 2A is 272 lumen. So it's a little about 100 more than the 1A. And it's obvious, you can see the difference. But the throw is obviously exactly the same. You can see they are exactly the same. It's just that this guy is 100 lumens brighter. Let's do a comparison. I have a Pelican which is 220. And you can see, yep, it's definitely brighter. So they're not lying about the lumens coming out of this. So, really good thrower. I'll let you see how it looks like that, just so you can see how it looks. So let's go ahead and go through the modes. Again, you just sort of turn the head a little bit and back to change the mode. So if you just go like that, that's your strobe mode, which again is very important in a tactical situation, disorient somebody who's coming at you, I always like to have a strobe. Next was the Firefly mode. Again, you could barely see that in there. 0.2 lumens. Next mode is low, and that is 24 lumens, and it'll last 24 hours. And then you have medium. Medium is 90 lumens, and that's for 5 hours. And then you have your max output, which is 272 lumens, and it'll last for 75 minutes. In the strobe mode, it's strobing at that 272 max lumen, and it'll do that for 2.5 hours. By the way, the rating on the box for how long the light can last, the maximum amount, which it's saying 678 hours, that's at this Firefly mode, which is not useful in most situations, except when you're trying to, again, maintain your you know, your, what do you call it? I hate when things just go out of my head. Your night sight. There we go. Whew. Okay, so again, your switch, it's a momentary switch, so you could sort of, let me turn this on and bring it to the max real quick. So, and it remembers whatever one you left it on is what it's going to be at when you hit the button again. So you had the momentary, see, or clicky, and it'll stay on. And also, it will tail stand. Oh, make me into a liar. There we go. It'll tail stand, which this thing will definitely light up a room. You tail stand it. Let's say you have a power outage and this is the only flashlight you have. What you do is you put it on nice and bright, tail stand it, and let that light project onto the ceiling, and it will light your whole room. I even demonstrated that, I think, with the 1A, and it lit my whole kitchen up with no problem. So really good. Again, waterproof, drop proof, impact resistant, water resistant. The waterproof is IPX8, which is 5-6 feet. We already went over the weight. I think we really went over just about everything. And one other thing I love about the ThruNite flashlights is that a lot of flashlights in this class and cheaper have a plastic lens in there, and this is real glass. It's anti-reflective coating on glass. So again, and then you have the steel bezel, and then you have the aluminum body. So it's good to, it's made to use as an impact device, self-defense device. It's just built the way you want a flashlight to be built, that you could be proud of carrying. So it's almost time to wrap things up. I totally disregarded the little belt holster that it comes with. You can see it gives a lot of ample room for even wider belts, and it's ballistic nylon. It's the good stuff. Although in between it's sort of like a stretchy material, and it's single stitch, so it's kind of mixed. Does have the nice ThruNite label on there. Let's see how it looks in there. I would probably put the lens down just to protect the lens a little bit better. But let's see how that works in there. We'll go ahead and pop it in there. There we go. Something you'd be proud to wear. I like the flashlight. I'm not a huge fan of the holster, but it's definitely functional. And I don't know what this is about. I guess if you want to hang it, but when you wear it on the belt, this is kind of weird, you know? I don't know. So, cons, wrapping things up here, I don't like that. And I don't like that you have to take the gasket off to get the clip off. And there was one other thing that I wasn't a big fan of, which I forgot. Because I love this thing so much. And then, again, all the pros that I love about it, the steel bezel, the glass lens, the build quality, the knurling is great. The it can tail stand, and it has the real Firefly mode of 0.2 lumens, and it also has the strobe. It has everything I love in a tactical flashlight, although it's being marketed as an EDC, so it's like an EDC tactical flashlight. Highly recommended here at the Gear Obsession channel. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and especially you, and I hope you have a great weekend. Take care. Bye.